Did you guys read the title of this live video? Talk about spontaneous live videos. Just for any of you people who don't believe me, I'm currently right outside of the Lizzie Borden home. That's correct, the Lizzie Borden home. And guess who's staying here tonight? Not just 5, 4, 6, 7, 8 people. Me. I'm the only one in this house for the entire evening. I know this is a weird time to do a live, but if there's ever time to do a live vlog, it's now. Remember to bolt the doors. You guys are with me. You are in the house of Lizzie Borden. You guys asked for it. You said, I bet you can't do it. You didn't say that, but you said, do the Lizzie Borden house. Go to the Lizzie Borden house. Well, I've done one better. I have the whole house to myself. So not only am I going to be doing a live right now for you folks, but I'm prepping myself to do an in-depth, full wall-to-wall, room-to-room, documentary style with the Candle Enthusiast sensibility in mind of the entire house. If you're unfamiliar with the Lizzie Borden story, I'll certainly be covering that in my future video. That future video will be edited, of course. And again, just to prove to you that I am not kidding, the whole house. Whole house. Let me just show you a little bit more. Now, I don't want to give anything too many things away, but I assure you, and there's 3 floors and a basement. So there's a lot to do tonight. There will be no sleep for me today. How do I have 9 people thumbs up, but only 7 people watching? Let's have a seat at the dining room table, shall we? All right, how is the connection, by the way? Because right now I'm using my cellular service, but they do have pretty decent Wi-Fi. Actually, I'm on the Wi-Fi. I can switch to the cellular service if it's not good. It's better now. All right. So let me start off. As I'm reading your questions here, let me try to answer some of the questions that I need to answer. First of all, I was supposed to reveal a winner of a giveaway yesterday, and I completely apologize, folks. I don't have an excuse other than life on the road. I don't even know what day it is. You know, I've been on the road for 6 days. I had to come home. I got pretty sick for a while. Again, excuses are no good. But then I somehow posted that the winner of the giveaway was going to be on Wednesday, September 8th. And that's not a date, at least not this year. So what I will be doing is letting you guys submit your Halloween concept for your candles, post them on my previous live vlogs, and then I'll announce the winner on a Sunday or Smell It Sunday. All right, let me try to switch. Better? We good? Better, worse? You tell me. Oh, people are disappearing. So far, so good. All right, I'm still seeing everyone fall away. Better at the moment. All right, let's try to find a better spot. Yeah, so the giveaway totally was completely a mishap on my part, and the only thing I can The only blame I can say, I mean, it's my blame, of course, but it's just that everything has been crazy. I can't even believe it's this far into September yet. I don't even know what happened to the last week of August. But I want to tell you, so just in case you're just joining in, the giveaway winner will be announced 2 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time on Sunday for Smell It Sunday this weekend. But the more important matters, the matters at hand, if you're just joining in, I am inside the Lizzie Borden home. And not only am I inside the Lizzie Borden home, I'm the only one the entire night. I'm spending the entire night House on Haunted Hill style. The doors are locked, not really, but I'm spending the entire night. Gonna produce a really, really epic special for you guys, because a lot of you guys reached out and said, Lizzie Borden, Lizzie Borden, Lizzie Borden, and I did as much as I possibly could. I thought just staying in a room, like one room in the house with other visitors, that wasn't gonna do. Pulled some strings, made some phone calls, dealt with the wonderful people, the wonderful folks who run this establishment. It's a bed and breakfast, and it's a museum. They have, tours all day long, and then the visitors who spend the night come in later in the evening, and it's a bed and breakfast. So it's a wonderful place. It's in Fall Hill, Massachusetts, if you are interested. All right, so Angie brings up a good point. She says she would pee herself if she was here right now. So the question is, how many people can say that they've been inside of the Lizzie Borden house by themselves and the whole night? And not only that, but we're not even we're downstairs. We haven't even begun to discuss what's going on upstairs, where probably the most hideous of the murders occurred in this house. And there's also an attic, and there's a basement that need to be explored. And right now I'm charging up my batteries for all my cameras. I don't plan on getting any sleep tonight. I'm repeating myself, but I want to make sure that you guys know precisely what I'm doing. So I thought I would take a quick break, because I did just film a lot. I had one of the gentlemen who performs the tours here at this museum give me a complete solo walkabout. Got some great footage. Very, very awesome guy, informative. I did my homework. I wanted to really, really have my homework done for this segment, but any gap in any gap or missing piece that I didn't have, he filled me in. I'm not saying I'm an expert of the Lizzie Borden case, but I think I've accomplished a lot in the past week, as I've been reading and listening and speaking with others. So what is interesting is there is a QR code. There's a QR code. I don't want to show you right now, because I want you guys to stay here for me for a little bit. But there's a live ghost stream in the basement. Like, I can show you a business card, right? And you could scan it, and it would take you to a live stream that's in the basement of this house, and it goes 24/7. So, trying to think of a way to be creative how to use that. I don't know how, but I won't be down there for a while. In fact, I want to make sure that I have backup batteries, because it's pretty big basement, and I don't want my flashlight to run out. That's for sure. I don't want to spend the remainder of my evening in the basement. Now, did some candles and bring a Ouija board? I didn't have to bring a Ouija board. There is one here, and it's right in the next room. That room right over there, the sitting room, the lounge room, that's one I'm not going to show you tonight, because that's going to be part of my full in-depth video, or I should call it the Aromatic Adventures video. I don't want to ruin all of the surprises. But yes, if you know anything about the Lizzie Borden case, the story of the murders that happened inside of this house, right there, essentially 2 doors away. Is there a special candle for the house? Well, I certainly brought a lot of my own candles to review tonight. Now, I'm going to try to review as much as I can, but keep in mind, I've already been awake for probably 13 hours. It was a very early morning for me, and I don't plan on sleeping for the rest of the night. So there's going to have to be, at the beginning of like the video that I post, like, and not only an advisory for the subject matter, but an advisory that I'm not a lunatic, that I'm just absolutely have 0 sleep. If you thought the hotel or the motel I slept at, or I slept in on my last In-Betweens episode was bad, you should have saw what I went through last night. I literally pushed furniture up against the door. That's how bad this place was. But let's take a quick look around. The reason I'm afraid to take a look around is I don't want to lose you guys again. But let me show you like how legit this is right here. So this is the original dining room. Now the furniture, of course, is not all the same, but this is where the Borden family would have gathered for all of their meals, and all of their place settings. I moved this one over just a little bit. All of their place settings are as they would be if they were here. They really try to transport you to the 19th century in this house. If you take a look over here, we have a cabinet of artifacts that are, yes, there is a security camera up on the wall. There is one in every room except for all of the bedrooms. That's them making sure no one steals anything, because when I say there's artifacts in this house, I mean it. Like, I mean, look at this stuff. I mean, this is stuff that was used, owned by the family. Priceless items that are on loan to the folks here at the museum, and stuff that the folks the proprietors actually own. I don't want to give too much stuff away, but there's some skeletal remains in there. Now, I had a moment that lasted more than a couple days, I should say, where I was afraid to do this video, because every video that I've produced so far, and one of my main objectives that I'm always trying to do, is make sure that the material I put out is family friendly. And there will certainly be in this upcoming video some darker, more disturbing material, but not just for children. You know, I've been in this house now for about 6 hours, had a good look around, and you know, it's a very grisly situation of what happened in this house, and there's just enormously disturbing photographs and stuff like that. So I will put an advisory before the video is posted. I just don't want to limit myself and not be able to do videos like this, because I think this is a once in a lifetime opportunity to have this house and to completely document it. But this is going to be one, if you're a little bit squeamish, you might want to skip this one, or at least send the kids to bed. I'm going to try to keep it as light and funny and humorous to kind of counterbalance the darkness as much as I can, but I can't make any promises, because everything I filmed today is pretty dark. So come on, I'm in the Lizzie Borden house, guys. Give questions. Is there anything you've ever wanted to know about the house? The layout, where Lizzie's bedroom was, how many bedrooms are there? I'm in the house. If anyone's, I see the people are starting to build now. This is not like clickbait. I'm actually in the Lizzie Borden house by myself. It's just me and all of you folks, do they have original furniture? So that's a great question. It's not, I'm trying to read all the other questions at the same time. A lot of the furniture is not the same. There are many pieces that are original, but the ones that are replicas are amazingly accurate. I was so impressed to find out that some of the pieces of furniture that I thought were real were actually replicas. I mean, whether they're custom built or they're just, very, very, very similar to the originals. But there's a lot of structure to the house, like the doors, the door frames. I mean, if you look at the old photos, 125 years ago, the radiators, for example, same radiators. They do. There's actually forensic photos right behind this camera. I apologize, but I'm not going to show those photos. You can easily Google them. They're readily available, but I'd rather keep this as safe as family friendly as possible. Anthony's with us. I just want to read. I saw the website. Go to the museum. Oh God, no, I did not. Okay, so no, Anthony, I did not. I didn't meet him tonight or her tonight. However, they've informed me of a lot of. Oh, I see. Okay, I got you, Anthony. There is a lot of other stories about this house that are really not a part of public knowledge or the knowledge of the mass. Other hauntings, other metaphysical things that have happened and have somewhat been documented or at least been experienced by multiple people or the same people on multiple occasions. So really, it was so much to take in today. And when I came in this house, they showed me everything. The attic was something I was not expecting. I unfortunately cannot burn a candle, but I do have candles, many candles, because it's really going to depend on what I'm able to review, but I don't want to light any fire in this house tonight. It is, it's somewhere in between as far as the neighborhood. It has, if you stepped outside, if you saw the beginning of the video here, it's very quiet, it's very cold. It's pretty warm in this house. As you can see, I'm kind of sweating a little bit. But it's a very quiet street, very New England-esque, but it is in a somewhat of a downtownish area. I am not creeped out at all, but I can't promise it's going to stay that way because I don't think the reality of what is happening has sunk in yet. I don't know what time it is. My phone is my clock, and my Apple Watch is charging. But I'm sure there's going to come a time in the night when it's going to kick in what's really happening. And that is my goal. That has always been my goal. You guys may know that I wanted to spend a night in a so-called haunted house. A haunted house. It's not that I'm not a believer or anything like that, but I wanted to spend a night in a haunted house. Why? Because what do people always say? When you're scared, you're frightened, when your adrenaline kicks in, all of your senses are heightened. So I thought it would be a very clever idea for an episode to spend the night in a house alone to get myself scared to see if my sensory evaluation, if my sense of smell, my olfactory sense would be increased or changed in any way. And I could not, as far as liability and dealing with private owners, I could not find a location to film that episode. And I'm so happy because instead, I've combined ideas. I'm doing the Lizzie Borden House, but also doing that same idea. So I'm going to purposely try to let myself get creeped out. I'm not going to hold back. I'm not going to turn on the television. All the lights are on right now. I might change that in a little bit. Get all the lights off. Really let the reality of this situation sink in. And I'm just going to keep the cameras rolling. And I'm going to try to document the house. Like I said, I want to document every room, everything. So it's like, we have virtual tour, but I also want to see what happens to my behavior. Maybe it'll be funny to you guys. I don't know if it's going to be funny for me, but this is maybe just this is a little token for you guys to know how much I'm willing to do anything for you guys, for you guys who've been sticking with me, who've been with me this whole time, or if you've been with me for a day. This is what the kind of content I want to produce. I want to be able to stretch outside of just the candle thing. I love candles. I'll always review candles, but I want to push the envelope. I want to create different kind of candle content. And this, I think, is a great place to begin. Now, a lot of people watching tonight, based on the headline, they probably never saw my channel before. They probably just clicked this because they saw Alone in the Lizzie Borden House. And they're probably like, what is this guy talking about? Candles. Yes. This is the Candle Enthusiast channel, but I really want to evolve this channel to be more about how aroma influences our lives, our emotions, our memories. And the more I travel, the more I realize how all of these stories that we can tell through aroma, meeting people, all comes back to our senses, and aroma is not one that should be lost. And as far as any kind of travel show I've ever seen, there's never been a show about aroma, fragrance, your sense of smell. As I gave that monologue, I watched 7 people drift away into the night. All right, I'm going to look at your comments. I'm going to look at your comments for a couple minutes. Give me some good questions, and then maybe we will take a little stroll around the house. The smell in the room. I do have a really bad cold. I'm going to aid that in a little bit with kind of a neti pot. But when I initially walked into this house, it smells like an old house, ancient. Not necessarily like floorboards, but just like fabrics and materials, velvets and curtains and lace. Not dusty, not dirty at all, but it definitely has an old smell. It smells almost as if you were in a museum, like if you were at the Met in New York City. Right now specifically, I really can't smell anything other than this coffee, and my nose is a bit congested. Yeah, I've been through a really rough cold this week, guys. So, kindness. That's how I managed to pull it off. Kindness and proving to people that I mean nothing but good. I truly don't believe anything I've ever posted has been negative. I try to be positive with everything I talk about, with everything I do, and don't worry about me being sick. Trust me, I don't worry about it. Yeah, I mean, I think it's just showing people who I am and letting them know that my intentions are good, and that anything I can do to help them, hopefully a small little piece of this video will help contribute to visitors visiting this museum and bed and breakfast. So kindness is what pulled this off. Wasn't money. It was kindness. Thank you about the cold. You guys are very concerned. Yeah, seems like every time I go to Yankee Candle Company, or the Yankee Candle Village, I get a cold. I can't explain it. Do you ever sleep afraid at night when you visit these old places, or does nothing scare you? Oh my God. All right. I'm so happy. Something creepy really just happened, and I'll answer your question. Do you guys hear anything? Like a bell? I heard this bell chiming in the kitchen, and it seriously just made every hair on my neck stand up. And I can't explain why there is, but there's a cat in the kitchen. Thank God I saw the cat, because if I didn't see the cat, that would have really freaked me out. I'm not kidding. Like, that's how easily I get set off. So to answer the question that was asked to me before, do I ever get creeped out? Yes. There's ways to battle that. You know, pop on the TV, put on a movie, read a book. I'm purposely not going to be doing any of that tonight, because the goal tonight is to get scared. I want to be frightened. I want to get to a state where I haven't been in a really long time, and I want to document the experience, and I want to see what happens to my sense of smell. Right? It's a good experiment. I don't know if it's to the Mythbusters standards. All right. Is it a black? It is a black cat. It was a black cat. If the cats start acting funny, then you can get worried. The cat seems to be pretty mellow. Have they updated the rooms, or is it the original wall coverings? They've turned a lot of like the dressing rooms into bedrooms so that they can get more guests in here. But as far as the structure of the house, like the walls and like the original structure, it's exactly the same. Exactly the same. So eerily the same that when you see the staircase, you're gonna get chills. So I did a controlled test where I smelled the candle, and I filled out what I call a grid, and I listed what I smelled, the different intensities of the different ingredients. So I'm going to compare my notes of something that I have given my full evaluation at a previous date, and compare it with what I smell tonight. That's what I got. With me being the only person, that's really the only experiment I can do, because I can't trick myself. There's lots of ways to get scared. Is there a cat living there? There wasn't supposed to be, but there is a cat in the kitchen, and I'm not going to ask questions, and it has a bell around its neck. This is the house, Laura B. This is the house that the murders occurred in 1892, August 4th. One of the murders being right outside. See that right there in that room? I don't want to freak you out, but yes, all of those Discovery Channel shows you saw, the Christina Ricci films, and would turn into a television series, all of that right there in that room. That's where it happened. Nickel Pickle. I'm from Massachusetts, always wanted to stay there, so jealous. Well, I can give you my full endorsement at this point. I really thought, and I feel bad, I thought coming here that the proprietors might be a little bit like, you can't take a picture of this, you can't photograph this, you can't have any cameras, you gotta make sure you're in bed by 9 o'clock. The proprietors and the people who run this joint couldn't be the more down-to-earth, ridiculously awesome people. So I highly recommend that you visit. I have not secured all of the knives. Ricci. Well, you gotta love Christina Ricci. Now, maybe not the film. Will you analyze the footage after tonight for Ghost? Well, I think that is going to be your guys' homework. I will put in the time filming, I will put in the time editing, but maybe we'll do like a fun giveaway. Someone finds a ghost, an apparition, a face. Maybe you'll win a prize. There's a picture of her father on the door frame. Wait a minute, I want to answer that question. Is the picture of her father on that door frame. What door frame? Oh, we see. Oh, that one? That one right there? I don't know who that is, but that's definitely not her father. If that was your question. Oh, that. Yes. So the original barn that was out there was destroyed, but they built almost an identical barn. I mean, it looks exactly the same. But when they demolished that barn, these were some fragments, some artifacts, some relics that were left behind. And based on the age and some of the inscriptions on this china, certainly would have been owned by the Borden family. And maybe even folks who lived here before the Borden family. How crazy is that? I want to do like a show and tell. As Wednesday says, be afraid, be very afraid. What was the horror film, the original horror film that that quote was from? I'll give you a high five if you can tell me that one. Black Cat reminds me of the story of Edgar Allan Poe. You know, I was so angry with myself that I forgot, because I wanted to bring my complete stories of Edgar Allan Poe with me. I don't know why. I thought maybe I would read it and try to spook myself out. No need. They have it in the library. They have it here. The staff gave me two things, two rules. They said, don't slide down the banister, and no booze in the house. And I'm like, you got yourself a deal. So that's really the only rules that they gave me. But like I said, I've talked to them in length, and I've promised them, I've showed them, I've proved to them that I mean no harm. Do the current owners have any connections with the Borden family? I don't think so. No, I don't believe so. Now, previous owners of like only maybe a couple decades, that could be a completely different story. But I think the current owners have nothing to do with the Borden family. Now, here's a little nugget, just in case you don't know. No booze. I am sorry, Angie, but there is no booze tonight, but there is coffee. They said nothing about coffee. And no hookers. That's not even a word I should be using on this channel. How can someone live there? Yuck. I'd be sick all the time knowing what happened there. You know, I completely understand you, Lisa. I hear you. You know, for some, and I hope in my video that I produce that I'll make my point, that this might seem like a really sick thing to do. Why would people want to vacation in a place where such a terrible thing occurred? And I had the same feelings, but I knew that there had to be something more. So spending time in this town, talking to a lot of the locals, people who grew up in this town, there's not that sense of morbid curiosity with the locals. It's more of the story of Lizzie is the story of their town. And it's very important to them, you know, because there's just a labyrinth of mystery in this town. So hearing them talk about the case and the murders, yes, it's dark, it's twisted, but they're so desensitized by the murders that to them it's just the story is such, it's so engraved in the culture of their town, which I find to be the answer I was looking for. It is disturbing, Lisa. Trust me, I'm not disagreeing with you. That's why I thought very carefully about doing this video before I decided to do it, because I didn't want to turn you guys off in any way. Okay, so Tanya says The Fly was the movie the line was from. Very good, but there are two films called The Fly. Which is name one actor from the film that I'm talking about. Not Jeff Goldblum. Okay, so when Lizzie Borden was accused for the murder, two murders happened in this house. unquestionably. She went on trial about 6 months later. She was acquitted, right? So she was not convicted of the murders, which is crazy, because if you watch like anything on television, you know, they always make it sound like, oh, it's her. There's no other chances. But being in this town, hearing the stories, yes, there's totally other possibilities, other conspiracies, not even conspiracies, just other theories that totally make sense. And in the same town, there's another house that Lizzie lived in. This was when she was acquitted. She moved out of this section of the town and she bought this huge, massive house up on the hills where all of the wealthy people would live now that she had her inheritance from her father. And she named it Maplecroft. Maplecroft was purchased 6 years ago. I heard anywhere from $1.6 to $2 million was put into restoring the house to become a bed and breakfast. Huge, huge house. And it was announced, I believe, just this morning that the owners have put it up for sale. They spent 6 years, $2 million. And now it's up for sale. And I was up there, and there's a sign on the front lawn, for sale. So if you want to live in Lizzie Borden's house that she essentially spent the rest of her life in, it's on the market. Buy it. Angie, how about we go in on it together and open our own bed and breakfast? If you're in, I'm in. Gina Davis. Not Gina Davis, that was David Cronenberg's The Fly from 1987 with Jeff Goldblum. We're talking about the 1957 Vincent Price film, The Fly. But very good, very good. Because people always quote, be afraid, be very afraid, but they don't know what movie that's from. Crime scene. Yeah, you want to hear something scary? To Rachel, to your point. Hey, Rachel, I haven't talked to you in a while. I know you're always here in the live, but it's always hard for me to catch everyone's comments. The table that I am sitting at, drinking my coffee, kind of chilling out at the end of a very long day. Now, remember, it wasn't this exact wooden table, but this is where the coroners brought the two bodies after the day of the murder, and they left them on the table. They left them on the table overnight. Lizzie, Emma, her sister, and I'm trying to think of maybe John Morse was the other family member who stayed in the house that night. The bodies were left right here. They could have been tampered with. In fact, that's a whole thing you never even hear about. I don't want to say like Discovery Channel. I just said Discovery Channel, but you never hear that on any of these like documentary kind of shows. That she had complete access to the bodies all night long. Crazy. Yes. F or WDF channel, 8,000 or 849,900. I heard 800,000. So yeah, good research. Looks like a garbage pail kid. Me? Yeah, I kind of look like a garbage pail kid, especially right now. Forehead to face ratio is off the charts for Ricci. Okay. I like Christina Ricci. I just feel like in modern day, getting off topic here. We're in Lizzie Borden's home and we're talking about Christina Ricci. I just feel like when you look at her talk, I'm going to look into the camera. When you look at her talk, she's not there. She's over here. And it never bothered me. I would see that in like talk shows and stuff. But now I start to see it in her performances. It's weird. It's like she's on some kind of like tranquilizer. Now maybe it's just her personality or method or something. But definitely strange. But I like Christina Ricci. Always have. Loved her in Monster. What possessed me to do this, Shane, ? Ford family asks. You guys. You know who you are. a bunch of you folks said, go to Lizzie Borden House. You looking for a creepy place? Go to Lizzie Borden House. That's why I'm doing it. You think I want? I would take this opportunity, but telling you right now, I would not be if I didn't have. I wouldn't be shutting the lights off if it was just up to me. I'd be putting on the TV to try to forget the fact that I'm in this house alone. Oh, wow. It's 4:38 a.m. here. Why am I watching this creepy stream? Goosebumps. Cutting onions. Subscribe. Go to bed. Come back in a couple days, and you're going to see an awesome video of this entire house. That's one reason why I wanted to do this live. I want to reach out to people who are not subscribed. Come on, subscribe to the channel. You can always unsubscribe. But I want to make sure that we're building up an audience of diversity. Just not those people who post really creepy things on these live videos. Don't if you post creepy stuff, don't subscribe. I have complete free reign of the house, Shannon. I mean, really, there's other than drinking booze, which I wouldn't be doing anyway. So I can't burn anything, Nicole. I mean, I didn't ask them, but I didn't even want to ask them. I can't light a flame in this house. But I have many candles that I brought with me, and I thought I would just, in the moment, choose. Should I tell you what it is? And did everybody hear my update about the giveaway? It's going to be announced Sunday. Smell It Sunday, 2 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. I promise this time. Christina Ricci in Sleepy Hollow. Yeah, I liked her in that. It's not that I didn't like her in that. I just loved the character of Katrina Van Tassel so much that I felt like it was hard for her to fill those shoes. Wow. Already subscriber cutting onions. Well, that's good to know. Good to know. But you really should get to bed. Yeah, I mean, those cameras up there, I have to say, that's a little weird, right? I mean, it's just for the owners to make sure I'm not stealing stuff. Yes, so big news regarding which city wicks. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about which city wicks, but I know a lot of you folks are huge fans, and they're my absolute favorite when it comes to small craft candles. And I'm working on editing my big video with Liz. I vlogged the whole thing, went great. But I will have news Sunday as far as when the products, the Halloween candles, all of our other products for limited edition candles, how all of those are going to be available for sale, how you can get them, and how through the Candle Enthusiast channel you can have an exclusive promo code to get a significant discount on your entire purchase. So definitely tune in on Sunday for that, because even though they are going to be available on the website, I can't guarantee how long they will be available. She might be restocked, but she might sell out the same day. So make sure you tune in on Sunday, 2 p.m. It's my now and then was it. I'm talking about Christina Ricci films. You guys are great. Mermaids, yes. Sammy, I don't know the context of that. That must be a response to something. But I like mermaids. Mine came in the mail today. God, I don't know what you guys are talking about. It's not where you're sleeping, though, or not sleeping. I'm not sure if what you mean is if I'm not sleeping here. I'm not sleeping, but I'm spending the night here. This would not be the original wallpaper. No, I hate to bum you out there, but a lot of the furniture would have been sold decades ago. And the house would have been refurbished as well, but the original, the layout of the house is exactly the same. I thought you made that up. Bell Book and Candle, I made what up? Oh, Leslie. I'm 10 steps ahead of you. Well, I'm down. We'll do it together. I already have an amazing concept. Leslie is, if you're not following Leslie or subscribed to her channel, she's doing lives already. She's doing live videos. She's reviewing candles. She's a big fan of Witch City Wicks as well. But she's gonna get into candle making. I don't know if she started or if I'm out of the loop, but yeah. Well, let's totally talk about making a Lizzie Borden candle. And I'm telling you, I have a really, really original idea that I think would smell pretty lovely and maybe a little bit haunting. Can we get a room tour? Oh, you guys are at Ruffles. We gotta save something for the video. I will take you guys on a short little walkabout. I'm just afraid that I'm gonna lose you with this service. I wish I can get my hands on one of those limited edition Candle Enthusiast Sweet Seduction candles I saw in another video. Are you giving any of those away at any time? Yes, Tanya. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to one of my last 2 live videos, not this one, one of my last 2 live videos, and in the comments section, be as creative as possible. Create a Halloween candle concept, a name, a look, a color, a story. Anything, be creative. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all my favorite, put it in a big thing, and do a lottery system and pick a winner. But there are, I posted one on eBay as well, starting at 99 cents. And remember, always got to remind people, the eBay is not for money in my pocket. The eBay is there to fund this show. In fact, if it wasn't, and Leslie, she's here, because she's a huge supporter. If it wasn't for the contributions and things like Patreon, things like eBay, things like even just Google Ads, which is not much money. You think you make a lot by Google Ads, you really don't. If it wasn't for the contributions, I wouldn't be able to do this tonight. So when you say that $1, $2, $3 doesn't make a difference, it does. The more we grow collectively, I'm not asking for money. My content will always be free. But if you ever have like a dollar you want to like chuck into the pool, we'll keep this show on the road, and the more things like this we'll be able to do. And I have no plans on stopping. It's just no matter, it's just how much funding we have will dictate what we do, where we travel, where we go, what we experience, what we make memories of. All right, I'm always bidding on those candles. Industrial Wasteland, yeah, you are. You know, I never read your name because I'm always looking at your picture, which is the pug. I love pugs. Don't feel bad, Leslie. They're going to a good home, that's for sure. Yes, so Ruffles, you know, you're too kind. Ruffles is saying she can't wait till I have merch one day. 1 million. I don't know about the 1 million subscribers, but the merchandise, hopefully, I'll be able to work on. It's just hard to brand me. How do you brand this? So I'm working with some people who have a little bit more knowledge in that kind of stuff. And sooner or later, we'll get T-shirts and hats and things like that out there. And I have some really cool ideas as far as candle accessories that can be customized for this channel. Need to make shirts. I'll make shirts. I need ideas, guys. I need ideas. Brand Santa. Oh, Santa's going to be on those shirts. Oh, yeah. I need ideas. I need digital designers. I'm pretty decent at Photoshop, but as far as digital illustration, I'm more of a pencil and paper man. or make one and give it to the owner. Appreciate it. Let's do this. Yes, so Carol Lang, to make a Lizzie Borden themed candle and give it to the owners. That will probably happen. That'll probably happen. I don't know how soon it'll happen. I don't know if I'll give it to the owners, but maybe I'll run it by. We'll see what Leslie puts together. I'll share my ideas with Leslie. But I'm surprised Witch City Wicks has not tackled. Ask Liz why she's not making a Lizzie Borden candle. Ooh, Anthony, Candle Cafe. I'm feeling a personalized candle and the scent of autumn dusk for this Lizzie Borden experience. I agree with you there. I agree with everything Anthony says. It's like, how can I give Anthony a shout out? All you guys know Anthony. Will I be scared when I stop streaming? No, I'm okay. I'm gonna be okay. Trust me. But I will try to work myself up, like I said, later on tonight to try to get a little scared. Yes, big heart for Anthony. Let's hear for Anthony. He doesn't get enough credit on this channel, but I love his positivity. I love his general passion and outlook on candles. He gets it. The weather is quite cool and it's quite windy. I had to close the windows. There's like ancient windows and shutters in this house, and I had to close them all because everything was rattling. I feel like the whole house is rattling. And how much, okay, as long as Anthony's still here, how cool would it be if Anthony and I collaborated on 2 videos? One for his channel, one for my video. Or one for his channel, one for my channel. How cool would that be? Candle Enthusiast and Candle Cafe come together. I think it would be really fun. It would be fun to do a video in his style with me there, and then do a video in my style with Anthony there. I think we'd have an awesome time. And Anthony's really, he's only, I think, I'm kind of settled. My roots now are in upstate New York, so I'm not too far away. Collaboration, Anthony. I think we should do it. Got to give the people what they want. If you're with us, and you're enjoying this video, if you're enjoying the conversation, and you want to see more of the house, utilize that thumbs up button. Trust me. Unless you have a YouTube channel and you know how these things work, it really helps me out. And Anthony says, 100% willing to make that happen. Really looking forward to it. We're probably only a few hours from each other. Of course, and I am always up for heading down to your neck of the woods, Anthony, because, I honestly, since I moved from California to New York, I don't think I've been in your neck of the woods. I'm not sure if you share with people your neck of the woods, so I'm not going to say where you are. The Bad Enabler also loves or lives in New York City. He lives in New York City. Is anybody else getting a Lizzie Borden Love is Crime video up next? I see what you're saying. Off topic to that, there's another Lizzie Borden film coming out, which I'm excited about, because what that will do is maybe help promote this video in the future. But remember, what's her name? Chloe? She was in American Horror Stories. She was in American Psycho. I can never remember her last name. It's a really hard one to pronounce. But she's playing Lizzie Borden. And Twilight Girl, Kristen Stewart. She's playing her sister. Wait a minute. No, the maid. She's playing the maid. Crazy. I don't know how that's going to work, but interesting. All right. Dead air. Sammy says, on a random note, not on a random note, but me just wanting to read out loud her comment. I'm looking to move to Massachusetts, but I have to find a teaching job. Well, I hope you you find yourself in a place that you love and you have a chance to plant your roots. And I hope that teaching job finds you. So Candle Cafe, you've spelled her last name. I still can't say it. Sevigny? And you put an exclamation mark after it too, which I find very funny. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. The more Italians, the better. Do I use my hands a lot when I talk? Feel spooky yet? Well, I'll tell you, the traffic noise, not that there was much, is gone. The only thing I can hear in this house right now is the ceiling fan in the kitchen. Sister's a teacher. Sevigny. I don't think I'm going to get it. I love her, though. I think she's a fantastic actress. I do not spook easily, but we're going to try to change that tonight. And how we're going to change that is we're now going to take... Are you guys ready? I want to hear a response. Do you want to see more of this house? I am going to show you things that I wasn't going to show you tonight, but I want to give you a sneak peek. We got about 50 people tuning in, and I want to show you, if you're just joining right now, I feel like I'm on like a late night info commercial. If you're just joining now, I am inside of the Lizzie Borden house. Lizzie Borden, right? Hatchet. Huge part of American history as far as, well, call it what you will. Keep in mind, I'm very tired and I can't hardly put together sentences, but this is a big deal. This is a huge deal, and I'm in the house by myself, nobody around. There's nobody living over here. There's nobody living over here. There's like schools and churches. So I feel like I'm the only soul other than the cat roaming around in the kitchen that is present. And I hope it stays that way, because I don't want to feel other souls coming around. The coffee is strong, but I'm going to need more volume in a little bit, because I am severely, it's starting to kick in. I'm waiting for my batteries to charge, and then I have to like full on film all night. All right, so here we go. I'm going to show you some things. I am going to keep some of the bigger things a secret, though. I hope you guys don't mind that, but I want to save something for the in-depth video. So like I said, this is the Borden family dining room right here. This would have been Andrew Jackson Borden, not Andrew Jackson $20 bill, Andrew Jackson Borden, his place setting at the dining room table. I believe Lizzie's would have been right there, and appropriately, there is no place setting because very frequently she would not join the family for meals. And here is now here's the thing. If there's one thing that's slightly modern, it's the kitchen. But check this out. And if I start to lose you guys, let me know immediately. Look at this. This works. They're telling me that they're going to make me breakfast tomorrow on this thing right here. All right, I'm trying to read your comments at the same time. I'm not trying to give you a creepy stare. See, all of you guys have your own theories. Whoa, can't go in this room. No. That room is off limits. Oh God, but just looking at it, oh man, gives me the creeps. All right, so we have another living room, dining area, or lounge, family room kind of thing. Excuse my poor sentences right now. Like I said, I'm working on low energy. They have a little bit of sense of humor when it comes to the situation at hand. The music on the piano here says, "You can't chop your papa up in Massachusetts." I don't know if that's a real song, but I would love to read the lyrics and see why. Front windows, lace. Lace. So here's the one thing that I am going to show you that I definitely didn't want to show you. Because the scariest thing for me about... I'm probably creeping you guys out. I hope I'm not. After this, put on something really fun like a Disney movie. But one of the things that really creeped me out about the Lizzie Borden story was... that's not a person. That's just a dress. What really creeped me out about the Lizzie Borden story was how when Lizzie's father had a difficult time getting in the front door, all of the bolts were locked. He rapped upon the door, and the maid opened the door, and they stood right where I'm sitting, and they heard Lizzie laughing on the second floor. This would have been right after the murders, folks. And in my head, I could always imagine what the staircase, what that situation would have looked like. And I'm standing right where it happened. Are you kidding me? So let me repeat that, because it bears repeating. When Andrew Jackson Borden, who was murdered moments after this, what I'm about to describe, he comes in this front door, and yes, okay, so making sure that I have my facts right. Whew, they heard Lizzie laugh. She was on the second floor. That's how they knew that she was on the second floor, because she testified in court that she was not on the second floor. She said she was out in the barn. She said she was somewhere else doing something else. So that is the staircase, and we can certainly go up the staircase. Let's get an Alfred Hitchcock shot, right? Alfred Hitchcock always used this as the villain going up the staircase, but what other shot would he use? You got to get the shot of the feet. It's hard for me to get my feet. I can't get my feet. Plus I'm wearing Pumas. Pumas are not that threatening. Can't go in here, but we're now on the second floor. All right, folks, we're in Lizzie Borden's bedroom. I mean, is anyone? I don't know. I'm excited. I mean, people are asking me if I'm scared, but I'm pretty darn excited right now. And a lot of people are asking about like original furniture and stuff like that. Well, a lot of the furniture is not original, but I can tell you what is original. And my hands are shaking a little bit. I apologize. I'm going to show you something really quite eerie. Not eerie. It's just, you know what? That's locked. That's locked, and for good reason. Let me flip the camera around real quick. Those are Lizzie Borden's actual books. And can you get the title of those two in the center? When Ghost Meets Ghost, and the one that I find even a bit more disturbing than that, With Edged Tools. Yes, this was Lizzie Borden's actual book collection right here. I'm looking at them right here through a small pane of glass, a little piece of plastic. And if you look down here, ignore the creepy looking doll, because obviously that's not Lizzie's real doll. But what is real, and I don't know if I can zoom. Let's see if I can zoom here. Can I zoom on YouTube Live? I don't think I can. But if you look at those initials, you'll clearly see LAB. And that is the handwriting, indeed the handwriting, the initials of Lizzie, or Elizabeth Andrew Borden. That's her handwriting right there, folks. I don't know if that's a journal. I don't know if that's a school book. I was not informed of that. I'm gonna flip the camera around. Don't be scared, it's just me. It's just me. But to give you a sense of, again, I'm not going to show you too much more, but give you a sense of how big this house is. Lizzie's bedroom, her sister Emma's bedroom in there. Lots of interesting things in there. And this room, don't get me started, but the master bedroom, another bedroom here that was really a dressing room back in the day. Another infamous room down the hallway that I'm not going to show you today. And a second staircase. It's one of those mysteries. Andrew Jackson Borden, Lizzie's father, wanted his own private staircase and essentially divided the house by closing that door and bolting it. So it was essentially two houses. There was a set of stairs for Lizzie and her sister, and then there was a set of stairs for Lizzie's stepmother and her father. That door was always bolted shut. I'll talk more about that in my video. And just when you think that that's it, there's more, folks. We're going higher here. We are going up into the attic of the Borden house. Now, believe it or not, this is where a lot of the Okay. I guess it's gonna have to wait. The attic is gonna have to wait for the video. Let's go down this second set of stairs here. But that's where a lot of the paranormal activity has said to be witnessed, is up in the attic. They demonstrated some of the things that happened up there that has been witnessed by visitors and previous owners. And let me tell you that some of the stories are not so easy to listen to. Door. This is the basement. We're going into the basement. We're not going to go into the basement right now. I will be going into the basement tonight. Now remember, you can probably Google it online. There is a 24 hours, 7 days a week live ghost cam in the basement. It's ongoing. You can watch it at any time. You'll see me there later tonight. But just to give you an idea, maybe I'll flip that switch. Uh-oh. The light bulb doesn't work. I'm going down there tonight. I'm going down there tonight with nothing but my camera and a flashlight. Don't say I never do anything for you guys. And there's some things they told me to look for while I was down there. But Kazra, you're gonna have to see the live video to witness that. Plus, I know as soon as I go down there, I'm gonna lose you guys. So I'm gonna grab another cup of coffee, kind of recap on everything that I've said so far. It's saying I have really bad connection. All right, let's try to aid this. Hopefully the connection gets better. Get more coffee, recapping everything I said. Wish you guys a good night, and then I am going to shower and then get to work because I have a lot to film tonight. I have to consume like 20 lozenges because my throat is so tired from talking all day, and it's gonna be a whole lot of fun. Just be patient with me when it comes to comments from previous videos. Please be patient with me. I've been traveling almost nonstop for almost 2 weeks now. So answering comments, it's not that I won't get to them. I will, but it's gonna take me some time. Live on Sunday, we're going to announce the giveaway winner of the Sweet Seduction 2017 Halloween Yankee candle with the custom 2017 Halloween Candle Enthusiast label. The coffee is working, if you can't wait for that, candle, you can't wait for the giveaway, it is also posted on the Candle Enthusiast eBay page. Always make sure you check out that eBay pages. I find stuff that I don't need. I have stuff in my collection that I know you guys want. So I put stuff up there, and I start at 99 cents every auction. Hopefully this way that will be some form of revenue for the show to keep this show on the road. Which City Wick segment is coming up next thing. That's the next thing I'm going to be editing. I haven't gotten to it at all. And then there will be a third installment of The In-Betweens, which is a new series that I've started, and I'm very hopeful. Based on your comments of how you guys are reacting, I haven't been happier in so long, because doing those in-between videos where it's really not me talking about the candles, but it's me just more documenting what I do while I'm on the road when the camera's not rolling, and the process of making a vlog, because I try to make it look really, 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 really easy. And for some people, maybe it is really easy, but for me, it's not. And I want to show and share that part of the experience with you. So if you haven't seen the 2 in-between videos yet, go to my uploads, check them out. It's really what goes on behind the scenes. And I plan on continuing this based on your positive reception. So I want to thank you for that. Use the candles in the dark room with the Ouija board. I will not be touching the Ouija board. That I can promise. Yeah, this might end up being 2 videos, which I really don't like when that happens. Oh, Anthony, thank you so much for saying that. That really means a lot to me. And somebody just bid on the Sweet Seduction candle, whoever that was. Thank you very much. Yeah, you know, push the envelope. Be creative every day. That's the motto I have. Together, we're going to change this candle world. We're going to look at aroma in a completely different way, but we have to do it one step at a time. And I'm doing my best. So let me shower, let me clear my nose, and let me get scared, and let me get some footage. And it's going to be a long night. Keep me in your prayers. Keep me in your thoughts. Make sure that you at least hope that I'm safe tonight, because who knows? And they won't know. No one will know if someone happens until 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. This is House on Haunted Hill style. It's too late. I can't back out now. I cannot leave this house. I must stay. So to everyone for joining at such a ridiculous hour of the night, signing out from the Lizzie Borden House. Yes, this is not a joke. This is the Lizzie Borden House. And if you're not subscribed to the channel and you want to check out the full video that's going to be posted in several days, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the like button before you go. I'm putting it all out there for you guys. I love doing this, and I hope this is just the beginning of bigger and bigger journeys. I'm so excited. Thank you for joining me. I will see you guys soon, but until then, be good, will you? For goodness sake. Good night, guys. Wait, what's that? Do you hear that?